do not forget subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload next. Bobby Sherman, the beloved teen idol of the 1960s and 70s, whose winsome smile, shaggy mop top, and bubblegum pop hits like Little Woman and Julie, Do You Love Me captured the hearts of millions, has passed away at the age of 81. His wife, Bridget Publon, announced his death on Tuesday, June 24, 2025, revealing that Sherman had been battling stage 4 kidney cancer. In a heartfelt statement, she wrote, "Bobby left this world holding my hand, just as he held up our life with love, courage, and unwavering grace through all 29 beautiful years of marriage. I was his Cinderella and he was my Prince Charming." Sherman's death marks the end of an era for a generation of fans who grew up with his music, television appearances, and iconic image plastered on posters, lunchboxes, and magazine covers. But beyond his fame as a teen heartthrob, Sherman lived a life of service, transitioning from sold-out concerts to the back of an ambulance as a certified EMT and CPR instructor. His legacy is one of talent, kindness, and an unwavering commitment to helping others. This video is a tribute to Bobby Sherman's remarkable life, from his meteoric rise to fame, his music and acting career, his quiet retreat from the spotlight, and his enduring impact on fans and the world. Robert Cabot Sherman Jr. was born on July 22, 1943, in Santa Monica, California, to Robert Cabot Sherman, a milkman, and Juanita Freeman Sherman. He grew up in Van Nuys, where he attended Birmingham High School. From an early age, Sherman showed a passion for music. Just 11 years old, he learned to play the trumpet, the first of 16 musical instruments he would eventually master. His love for music blossomed during his high school years when he became part of a dance band and discovered his talent for singing. "I was brought up in a fairly strict family," Sherman recalled in a 1998 interview with the Sunday News in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. "Law and order were important. Respect your fellow neighbor, remember other people's feelings. I was the kind of boy who didn't do things just to be mischievous." Sherman's upbringing instilled in him a sense of discipline and respect for others, values that would guide him throughout his life. But it was a serendipitous moment in 1964 that would change the trajectory of his life forever. In 1964, while studying child psychology at a community college, Sherman attended a Hollywood party with his girlfriend. Party, hosted by actor Sal Mineo at his beach house, was filled with Hollywood's elite, including stars like Jane Fonda and Natalie Wood. When the band's singer failed to show up, Sherman's high school bandmates who were performing at the party invited him to step in. Sherman took the stage and sang Ray Charles's "What Did I Say?", captivating the audience. After his performance, Fonda, Wood, and Mineo approached him, asking who his agent was. Sherman, still inexperienced in the entertainment world, didn't have one. "I didn't even know what an agent was," he later admitted in his memoir, Still Remembering You. But the encounter led to a life-changing opportunity. Within days, an agent contacted him, and soon after, Sherman was cast as a house singer on the ABC rock and roll show Shindig. Sherman's time on Shindig, from 1964 to 1966, introduced him to a national audience. As a regular vocalist on the show, he performed alongside some of the biggest musical acts of the day. His clean-cut, all-American image, with cropped hair and a wholesome demeanor, stood out in an era dominated by long-haired British rock bands. "They were looking for the all-American kind of kids," Sherman later recalled. "Jack Good put me on the pilot as this kid with cropped hair, very straight, singing back home in Indiana." While Shindig gave Sherman his first taste of fame, it was his role on the ABC comedy western Here Come the Brides that catapulted him to teen idol status. In 1968, at the age of 25, Sherman was cast as Jeremy Bolt, the shy, stammering youngest brother in a family of loggers in 19th-century Seattle. The show, which ran for 2 seasons from 1968 to 1970, was a hit, and Sherman's character quickly became a fan favorite. George Gent of the New York Times praised Sherman's performance, calling him winning as the shy and stuttering youngest brother. Though Gent predicted the show should be fun, few could have anticipated just how much of a cultural phenomenon it would become, or how central Sherman would be to its success. As Jeremy Bolt, Sherman not only showcased his acting chops but also his musical talent. He sang the show's theme song, Seattle, which became a minor hit. His on-screen romance with Candy Pruitt, played by Bridget Hanley, further endeared him to viewers, particularly young women who flooded the network with fan mail. Sherman's fame exploded. He became a regular fixture on the covers of teen magazines like Tiger Beat and 16, his face adorning posters, lunchboxes, and even cereal boxes. "I was very overwhelmed," Sherman later admitted. The success of Here Come the Brides was when the mail really started coming in. "People were calling me a teenage idol, and I wasn't sure if I resented that or not, but I said, okay." While Here Come the Brides made Sherman a television star, it was his music career that solidified his status as a teen idol. Beginning in 1969, Sherman released a string of bubblegum pop hits that dominated the charts and became anthems for a generation of young fans. His first major hit, Little Woman, reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1969 and was certified gold. The song's catchy melody and innocent lyrics, "Little Woman, I love you so / Little Woman, I'll never let you go," made it an instant favorite. Sherman followed up with a series of top 10 hits, including La La La, If I Had You, number 9, Easy Come, Easy Go, number 9, and Julie, Do You Love Me, number 5. All 4 of these singles were certified gold by the RIA, a testament to Sherman's widespread appeal. His albums, including Bobby Sherman and Here Comes Bobby, also performed well, with the latter spending 48 weeks on the Billboard 200 chart and peaking at number 10. Sherman's music was the epitome of bubblegum pop, light, upbeat, and unapologetically youthful. Songs like Julie, Do You Love Me became sing-along classics, with fans belting out the chorus, "Julie, do you love me / Julie, do you care?" His voice, described as soothing and gentle, resonated with adolescent and preteen girls, who saw him as the ideal boy next door. The height of his fame, Sherman toured extensively, performing to sold-out crowds of screaming fans. The adoration was so intense that it sometimes affected his hearing. The screaming of the young women was so loud that Sherman experienced hearing loss, according to his Wikipedia page. But despite the challenges, Sherman embraced his role as a teen idol, even if he was initially unsure about the label. While Sherman's music career was soaring, he continued to pursue acting. In 1971, he starred in the ABC sitcom Getting Together, a spin-off of The Partridge Family, in which he played one half of a songwriting duo alongside Wes Stern. The show was intended to capitalize on Sherman's popularity, but it faced stiff competition from CBS's All in the Family and was canceled after just 14 episodes. Despite the short run of Getting Together, Sherman remained a sought-after guest star on popular television shows. He appeared on The Mod Squad 1972, Fantasy Island 1981, and The Love Boat 1978 and 1982. He also acted in 2 feature films, He Is My Brother 1975, a family drama, and Get Crazy 1983, a rock and roll comedy in which he and fellow former teen idol Fabian played sleazy henchmen for a concert promoter. Sherman's final screen appearance came in 1997 on the sitcom Frasier, where he played himself in a cameo. In the episode, Roz, Perry Gilpin, a devoted Bobby Sherman fan, smothers him with hugs, highlighting the enduring affection fans had for him even decades after his heyday. By the mid-1970s, Sherman's music and acting career began to wind down. The bubblegum pop craze had faded, and Sherman himself grew weary of the relentless pace of stardom. "I'd film 5 days a week, get on a plane on a Friday night and go someplace for matinee and evening shows Saturday and Sunday, then get on a plane and go back to the studio to start filming again," he told the Washington Post. "It was so hectic for 3 years that I didn't know what home was." In the late 1970s, Sherman made a deliberate choice to step away from the spotlight. But rather than retreat into obscurity, he found a new calling in public service. Inspired by his guest appearance on the TV show Emergency. In 1974, Sherman became fascinated with emergency medicine. When his 2 sons, Christopher and Tyler, were growing up, he wanted to be prepared for any accidents they might have, so he took first aid and CPR classes from the Red Cross. What began as a practical skill soon turned into a passion. In 1988, Sherman became a certified emergency medical technician, EMT, and began volunteering with the Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD. He later became a medical training officer, teaching first aid and CPR to thousands of police recruits. A lot of times people say, well, if you could go back and change things, what would you do? Sherman told the Tulsa World in 1997, "I wouldn't change a thing. I've had a wonderful life." Sherman's dedication to public service didn't stop there. He also served as a reserve deputy sheriff with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, working security at the courthouse. His commitment to helping others earned him widespread respect, including praise from then-Rep. Howard McKeon, who honored protocolo him on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives in 2004. "Bobby is a stellar example of the statement to protect and serve," McKeon said. "We can only say a simple and heartfelt thank you to Bobby Sherman and to all the men and women who courageously protect and serve the citizens of America." Sherman's personal life was as eventful as his professional one. In 1971, he married Patty Carnell, a junior college student with whom he had 2 sons, Christopher and Tyler. The couple divorced in 1977. Carnell later married David Soul, Sherman's co-star from Here Come the Brides, though that marriage also ended in divorce. In 2010, Sherman married Bridget Publon, a real estate agent, and together they founded the Bridget and Bobby Sherman Children's Foundation, a charity dedicated to helping children in Ghana. The foundation provides education and music programs, offering tools for children to pursue higher education. Even in his later years, Sherman's commitment to service remained steadfast. Sherman was also known for his close relationships with his family. In a touching anecdote, his wife Bridget recalled how Sherman famously built a replica of Disneyland in his backyard for his sons, a project he undertook entirely by himself. "He was a man of service," Publon wrote in her statement announcing his death. He traded sold-out concerts and magazine covers for the back of an ambulance, becoming an EMT and a trainer with the LAPD. Though Sherman largely stepped away from the public eye in the 1980s, he never forgot his fans. In 1998, after a 25-year hiatus, he joined the Teen Idols tour with fellow 1960s heartthrobs Peter Noone of Herman's Hermits and Davy Jones of the Monkees. Tour was a nostalgic celebration of the era, and Sherman was greeted with adoration from fans of all ages. The Chicago Sun-Times described one of his performances. Dressed to kill in black leather pants and white shirt, he was showered with roses and teddy bears as he started things off with "Easy come, easy go." As he signed scores of autographs at the foot of the stage, it was quickly draped by female fans of every conceivable age group. Sherman's enduring appeal was also immortalized in pop culture. In an episode of The Simpsons, Marge Simpson confesses to her daughter Lisa that she once had a crush on Bobby Sherman, a nod to his lasting impact on fans. Even in his final days, Sherman remained connected to his fans. According to his wife, as he rested, she read him fan letters from around the world. Words of love and gratitude lifted his spirits and reminded him of how deeply he was cherished, she wrote. He soaked up every word with that familiar sparkle in his eye. Bobby Sherman passed away on June 24, 2025, at his home in Los Angeles, after a battle with stage 4 kidney cancer. His death was confirmed by his wife, Bridget Publon, who shared the news on social media. "Bobby left this world holding my hand," she wrote, "just as he held up our life with love, courage, and unwavering grace." Tributes poured in from fans, colleagues, and admirers. Dr. John Stamos, a family friend, shared Publon's message on Instagram, writing, "From one ex-teen idol to another. Rest in peace, Bobby Sherman." Actor Patricia Heaton posted on X, "Hey all my 70s peeps, let's take a minute to remember our heartthrob Bobby Sherman," while Lorenzo Lamas recalled listening to Sherman's "Easy Come, Easy Go" on the school bus as a child. Sherman's death also resonated with fans on social media. One user on X wrote, "Damn, this one hits hard," while another shared, "Teen idol Bobby Sherman dead at 81 after battle with stage 4 cancer." The outpouring of love and memories from fans underscored the profound impact Sherman had on his audience, even decades after his peak fame. Bobby Sherman's life was a testament to the power of talent, kindness, and service. From his early days as a shy boy in Van Nuys to his rise as a teen idol who graced the covers of magazines and filled concert halls, Sherman lived a life that inspired millions. But perhaps his greatest legacy lies not in his fame, but in his quiet dedication to helping others, whether through his work as an EMT, his charity in Ghana, or the simple act of building a backyard Disneyland for his sons. As fans around the world mourn his passing, they remember not just the songs and the shows, but the man who, even in his final days, stayed strong for those he loved. Bobby Sherman may have left this world, but his music, his kindness, and his light will continue to shine for generations to come.